I'm very committed to making sure that Facebook is a platform for all ideas. That is a very important founding principle of what we do. We're proud of the discourse and the different ideas that people can share on the service.
And that is Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, testifying before the House Judiciary Committee last week. I'm not sure how much of that you had a chance to see, but if you did get a chance to watch all of it or some of it, wondering what your take on that is. One of the things that we learned was that there are certainly congressmen who like to suck up to Mark Zuckerberg, maybe because he's worth $60 billion or so, and it's nice to have a guy like that as a friend. But one person who did not suck up to Mark Zuckerberg was Ted Cruz, the senator out of Texas, who happened to be born in Calgary. Here is a little bit of that exchange between Ted Cruz and Mark Zuckerberg.
Do you consider yourself a neutral public forum, or are you engaged in political speech, which is your right under the First Amendment?
Well, Senator, our goal is certainly not to engage in political speech.
Well, Mr. Zuckerberg, I will say there are a great many Americans who I think are deeply concerned that Facebook and other tech companies are engaged in a pervasive pattern of bias and political censorship.
So for me, the highlight of that entire appearance by Zuckerberg before Congress, before that committee, was the exchange, the 5 minutes or so, that Senator Cruz had with Zuckerberg to ask him these basic questions. And if I had an opportunity, I would expand on those questions and ask Mark Zuckerberg, is Facebook behaving in a way that a lot of the older legacy media companies are doing? So if you think of Facebook as a media company, as a new media company, why is it behaving in a way that the older, dying legacy media is behaving, as far as allowing political biases to influence the way it treats its users?
First, I understand where that concern is coming from because Facebook and the tech industry are located in Silicon Valley, which is an extremely left-leaning place.
So if I understand Zuckerberg, the reason why there's a perception that Facebook might be biased and discriminating against conservative content and censoring conservative content while being wide open as far as liberal or left-wing content is concerned is all because it operates in Silicon Valley, which according to him and many others is very left-wing. But really that's not the reason. The reason why people think that was highlighted in this line of questioning by Cruz.
There have been numerous instances with Facebook. In May of 2016, Gizmodo reported that Facebook had purposely and routinely suppressed conservative stories from trending news, including stories about CPAC, including stories about Mitt Romney, including stories about the Lois Lerner IRS scandal, including stories about Glenn Beck. In addition to that, Facebook has initially shut down the Chick-fil-A Appreciation Day page, has blocked a post of a Fox News reporter, has blocked over 24 Catholic pages, and most recently blocked Trump supporters Diamond and Silk's page with 1.2 million Facebook followers after determining their content and brand were, quote, unsafe to the community. To a great many Americans, that appears to be a pervasive pattern of political bias. Do you agree?
This is actually a concern that I have and that I try to root out in the company, is making sure that we don't have any bias in the work that we do. And I think it is a fair concern that that people would at least wonder about.
Let me ask this question. Are you aware of any ad or page that has been taken down from Planned Parenthood?
Senator, I'm not, but let me just...
How about MoveOn.org?
Sorry?
How about MoveOn.org?
I'm not specifically aware of those.
How about
cases.
any Democratic candidate for office?
I'm not specifically aware. I mean, I'm not sure.
So what are we saying here? Is it time to unfriend Mark Zuckerberg? Is it time to delete your Facebook page? Well, easier said than done, and I grant you that. A lot of people feel very attached to Facebook. They spend a lot of time interacting with people they don't normally see in person. Even if a lot of the content is very inane, it's an important part of people's lives. But if you feel strongly enough that he has no business censoring political speech, and you feel that he is in fact discriminating against conservatives here, then you may want to start weaning yourself off Facebook, and over time, perhaps sharing less and less content, sharing less and less of your time. I mean, user engagement was already down even before the privacy scandal hit. So this process may have been, the rot may have already set in, is what I'm telling you. So just consider what I'm saying over time. I'm personally going to keep my Facebook page open. I'm going to be very leery about what I post. But over time, I think I'm going to spend less time with Facebook.